Hello everyone, I'm James Milan. Welcome to this Town Hall update. I am joined for it, as always, by our town manager, Jim Feeney. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to tell folks what you can expect. We are going to start off by talking about a couple of virtual public meetings that have to do with local parks in the area. And then we want to talk about Arlington's results on the 2023 Municipal Equality Index. Spoiler alert, they're good. And then we want to recognize that the Civic Academy has just had its graduation, and we were going to talk about a workshop available as well, and some upcoming Chamber of Commerce events to support local businesses during the holiday season. Finally, a new health compliance officer we will finish with. So let's start, as I mentioned, with the two public input sessions regarding renovations at these two parks.
Sure. Thank you, James. Good morning.
Absolutely.
So we are, via the Recreation Department and our Parks and Recreation Commission, planning renovations at both Parallel Park Playground and the playground at Menotomy Rocks Park. So on December 6th, between 6 and 7 p.m. and between 7 and 8 p.m., so the sessions will be back-to-back, Parallel Park first, Menotomy Rocks Park second. Our landscape architect Copley Wolf will be, presenting sort of some concepts or feedback that we've received from the public to date. We just had a public survey close, and there was some on-site public sessions that we talked about in October. So it's now time to start letting the public know what those ideas are and start to try to flesh out and develop some conceptual designs for those projects. So this is pretty standard. It's the early stages of these projects. They're not yet funded or on a particular timeline for completion, but we always really have a iterative process for park projects like this to make sure it meets the community's needs.
Mm-hmm. And as we've mentioned before on these updates, it's just really nice to live in a town in which parks are being renovated to the degree that they are all the time here, and people are really enjoying that. I, as a lucky abutter to Menotomy Rocks Park for these last almost 30 years, am interested to see how that all works out. Okay, let's move on to the Municipal Equality Index.
Yes, so as you alluded to, the town again scored a 100 in the 2023 Municipal Equality Index. Not to brag, but I think that's about 5 years that we've received that score. We're very proud of it. Of course, there's always more work to do, and we'll continue to think about how we can improve equality and equity in the way we deliver services. But for those who don't know, the MEI, as we call it, examines how inclusive a municipality's policies, laws, and services are for LGBTQIA plus people who live and work in the community. So we've made great strides. We have a DEI division headed up by Jill Harvey, and we also have a Rainbow Commission who have sort of brought issues to the forefront and helped us pass legislation and other policies that have positioned us well to receive this score and help make Arlington more inclusive for all.
Nowhere to go, right? From here, just staying right there at perfection, so to speak. All right, so the Civic Academy has just had a graduation.
Yeah, I'm very proud that we have sort of gotten our first cohort of students through our new Civic Academy. This has long been a goal of both the Select Board and the Town Manager's Office to do something of this nature to really submerge or, allow residents to really get a deeper understanding of how their government works. So we saw pretty significant interest in the program. I think, when we advertised it, we had over 70 people sign up. We were only, the class size is about 19 or 20, and we were able to get 19 participants through. So I, want to thank everyone for their interest in looking to participate, but especially the participants that we did have. They were just so engaged. They had such thoughtful questions and brought sort of an invigorating interest into the work that we do. So, I appreciate their commitment to, sort of a 6-week program, but also we had a lot of people on the town side making this work. Joan Roman and Jana Septom from our communications folks really did the heavy lifting to make sure this got put together and went smoothly, but also a number of department heads and staff served as presenters and, came on Thursday evenings to help either give information on their department, have exercises, or, different assignments to work through. We had elected officials, special thanks to the town clerk, town moderator, and select board chair for all taking time out of their busy schedules to come talk about the roles they have in the community, but also, why they got into public service and to try to encourage others to do the same. So, we are certainly, given the interest that we have and the success that we had, we are looking to run another session in the spring. The date is to be determined, so be on the lookout. So I imagine it'll be sometime around April, but will be well publicized, and we invite people to sign up. It was a great time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's a model. I've mentioned before, I did the same thing with the police. They offer the same kind of thing. And I know it's a heavy lift. I know for from the people on the receiving end, you get a lot of information and you really do understand things so much better. But it's a heavy lift for just putting together all the personnel who need to be involved on the town end. So that's great.
A lot of organization.
Yeah, and ready to do it again in the spring. Yeah. That's excellent. And I think, though, that, that's one form of education. Another form of education is around how, people might be interested in how do you present a warrant article. And then offer a workshop around that, I think, right?
Yeah, good point. Good segue. We are having on December 5th from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. a virtual warrant article workshop. So this is intended or designed to give residents insight into the process as to how our bylaws are developed. So it's a very good way to engage in the legislative process, but also understand how residents can submit petitions for warrant articles to be included for consideration by town meeting. So this is sponsored by the Envision Arlington Civic Engagement Group, but will be run by Michael Cunningham, town council. So he will outline the process of how you submit to be on the warrant, how bylaws are drafted, and all the different nuances that go into that process. So for those interested in their legislative process and understanding how our bylaws come to be, you can have a hand in that, and we invite folks to join us on December 5th.
Yeah, there seems to be always some serious civic participation in that warrant article process every year. So it's a good way for people to find out the basics, at least. So we're on the cusp of December, and obviously that means a continuation of this long holiday season that seems to begin earlier and earlier all the time. But nonetheless, holidays are coming up. Our Chamber of Commerce, of course, wants to support the local businesses. How are they going to do that?
Yeah, I mean, and kudos to the Chamber and Beth Locke, the Executive Director, for organizing a series of events to support our business districts this holiday season. So actually today's Thursday, November 30th, the first lights ceremony at Whittemore Park will kick off with an open house at 6 p.m. at the Cyrus Dallin Art Museum and the Jefferson Cutter House behind the Whittemore Park lawn, followed at 6:15 by a lighting of the park. So we have a professional contractor come in and decorate all the trees with lights, and those will be turned on right around 6:15 p.m. And then entertainment will follow with music from Arlington High School's madrigal singers, as well as a few other acts. So that's sort of right there in Arlington Center. But then on December 9th, where we are up in Arlington Heights, there will be a holiday stroll between 2 and 5 p.m. Some of the highlights this year will be there is going to be a touch-a-truck supported by both Arlington Police Department and the Arlington Fire Department at the MBTA bus depot. but there will be other vendors. There's going to be family games, crafts, artisans, but also a number of painted storefronts for you to view while you stroll up and down the Mass Ave sidewalks.
And let's not forget the tree lighting that will happen right here at ACMi as part of that same celebration.
Wonderful. And then, more details are certainly available at the Chamber of Commerce website, but I will call out that going on now until December 24th is at the Holiday Hurrah Shop Local promotion in East Arlington. So when patronizing East Arlington businesses, you may get some free tickets to the Capitol Theater. So, they're inducement to spend some time shopping in East Arlington. And what I will add, the town, in an effort to support local businesses, is offering free parking at the municipal lots, both the Russell Common and Railroad Lot in Arlington Center, every Saturday through December 23rd. That does not include on-street parking. The meters are still in effect.
Excellent. And it does seem like no town hall update would be complete without mentioning a new hire these days. So we've got a new health compliance officer.
We do. Charlotte Breef-Pilz has joined the Health and Human Services team as our new health compliance officer, which is a very public and forward-facing position. So I wanted to take the opportunity to introduce her to the community. She does bring a wealth of knowledge in local public health programming to the role. So we're excited for her to join the team.
All right. I assume that there is nothing we have missed, but you've got a long list there, so let's just make sure.
The only, I think, other timely reminder to offer our residents is that the week of December 4th, next week, will be our last week for yard waste collection. So if you've been putting off raking those leaves, this weekend is the opportunity so you can get them out for next week's collection.
I noticed there are a few leaves around still. Yep. All right. Well, thank you very much, as always. I have been speaking with Jim Feeney for this town hall update. He is our town manager, and we really do appreciate the fact that he takes the time to come into our studio every couple of weeks and share all of this information with us. So with appreciation to Jim for his time and to you for yours, I'm James Milan. This is the Town Hall Update. We'll see you next time.